yes, that maybe in real estate, like for rent and things like those, operational, like vehicles and something, yes, right? But most of those expenses, you will carry them along with you. So in terms of cost savings, maybe minimum. Efficiency, yes, that could improve efficiency, because some of these farms have been doubled, they have been doing the same job, 2 farms doing the same thing. Yeah, others have just been dormant, they have not been doing anything much.
Kareithi, Njogu is saying some farms have been dormant. The president has a mandate to actually cull them off.
Before we go to culling, let's come back to earth. We live in very interesting times.
Are we in heaven?
In what some scholars would call
Yes.
living in nchi ya kusadikika.
Yes.
Because right now we are being told no jobs will be lost. If no jobs are going to be lost, what is the essence of all this? One can call it even a circus. Because if you just merge, moving one chair from there to here, what problem have you solved? And again, we are being told that this has been decided, the merging. Already, some organizations like Kenya Water
Towers.
the Kenya Water Towers.
Authority,
yes.
The workers have been moved to
Ministry.
to the ministry.
Yeah.
To the ministry, and they were supposed to, according to the cabinet brief, they were not supposed to go to the ministry. They were supposed to go to Kenya Forestry Service. So which is which? How this is happening at a time, even when the process has not yet started, according to the brief. So it's like we are running. We have a situation where some things have been done, and the cabinet was just ratifying.
It was rubber stamping.
It is just rubber stamping, something which has already been done.
Yeah.
And if truly we do not get rid of the excess staff because of the wage bill, then there is going to be a huge problem, because it's like you just transfer the funds which were being allocated to the various parastatals and corporations. They are now being transferred elsewhere, where the workers are going to be paid for doing for meeting the recurrent expenditure. And even if these people are going to be laid off, the government is not going to save in the short term. Why? To pay off all these people, you are going to send home. Unless you are criminally minded, you cannot send them home empty-handed. You must give them gratuity. You must, because some of them had legitimate expectations. Maybe they expected to serve for 5 years, 10 years. Others had what is called permanent and pensionable. There is certain amount of money they expect. Honesty. Do you believe that the government has got some funds somewhere where it is going to pay the gratuity and also the pension?
I think
for that.
But before we unpack that, Kareithi, this government has always been with various scandals. Could this be the beginning of a big scandal where, you remember the maize scandal in the previous regime where guys were going to NCBA and picking maize and selling to the same government?
Thank you.
Could it be that this government has devised a method where a few individuals will buy these companies for a song and then transform them into private organizations just to make money out of the government?
Some could be, some of them are being destined to the graveyard to maybe cover up some of the scandals.
Yeah.
We have not yet solved the mystery of the edible oil scandal.
Yeah.
You remember KNTC was in the middle of that.
Yeah.
And there was also serious wears scandals like a suit. You cannot have National Cereals and Produce Board without a scandal.
Yes.
Every season means a new scandal.
Yes.
Whether you are distributing fertilizer, whether you are buying maize from farmers, whether you are importing and then all manner of things.
Yeah.
So all these things have not been resolved, and I believe there are some pending cases where some people are supposed to have eaten so much from oil, which was in any way found to have been unfit for human consumption.
Njogu, Wakashani.
You actually need to go back to the issue of remember when the country was awash with the news that President Ruto is seeking to privatize some of the corporations, and again people went to court, and that was put to a halt. So as you say, and as Mr. Kareithi says here, it could be a way of trying to get away with some of the scandals that has actually fallen to some of these corporations. So, well, some other people may say that the president is smart and he means well to the country, because he is geared to reducing the wastage of public resources. But if you look at it critically, there are so many questions that need to be answered, and there are so many steps that are supposed to be followed before the cabinet reaches to a point of ratifying these moves.
So are you trying to say that our God-given president?
Yes, you see, our God-given president is instead of climbing a tree, it is supposed to be from
the bottom.
From the bottom.
Yes.
He is actually climbing it from the top.
Our God-given president has decided.
No, what we need to remember is that
yes,
this is not going to happen within a day.
Yes.
This is a process.
yeah,
So some of these mergers, as much as Duale just jumped the gun and went and dissolved one of those
water towers.
yes, the Water Towers Agency. I think it had 113 people.
Staff, yes.
Yeah, so that one maybe it's easier to do, but for others it will be quite a bit of work, especially where there is going to be a merger. So we wait and see how they are going to do it. And you see, you see others that state agencies that they have tried to privatize, like Hilton, Intercontinental. As much as they are not fully owned by the government, those are assets that are still out there. They are trying to dispose, but they have not managed to dispose. So for those that will be discarded and their assets sold, it's going to take some time. These mergers, of course, will also take some time.
There are certain issues that are arising from these mergers and dissolution and reorganization. And in one aspect, Kenyans can celebrate, because some of these organizations were just being used to get money for bogus licenses. Like for you to abstract water, you had to pay Warma, you have to pay some other organizations, and what this money has been doing, nobody knows. Maybe this will ease the burden of Kenyans who have had to pay for a lot